Welcome to our channel where we bring you the latest insights on global affairs. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most complex and long-standing conflicts in the world, the relationship between China and Taiwan. This conflict could have significant effects on regional peace and security, as well as affect the global economy. It is crucial for Beijing and Taipei to maintain the status quo and work toward a peaceful resolution of their disagreements. Also, the presence of the United States in the region has further complicated the situation. In this video, we will explore the history of this conflict, the current state of affairs, and the possible scenarios for the future. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of China and Taiwan relations. Relations between Taiwan and China have a troubled and complicated history. The Chinese Civil War, which was won by the Communist Party in mainland China in 1949, is the cause of the Taiwan-China conflict. The Kuomintang, the Nationalist Party, retreated to Taiwan. The vanquished nationalist forces found sanctuary in Taiwan, where they set up a new administration. Since that time, Taiwan has been ruled separately from the rest of China, with a democratically elected government and divergent perspectives on its position and ties to China. The relationship between Taiwan and China has experienced many ups and downs, with sporadic moments of rapprochement followed by renewed antagonism. Both sides have had to strike a delicate balance in order to maintain the relationship. Tensions between China and Taiwan were generally mild for the first few decades following their split. However, Taiwan underwent a democratic transition in the 1990s, which Beijing perceived as a threat to its one-party system. Following this, tensions grew as Taiwan's government took a more independent course. China, which views Taiwan as a rebellious province that must eventually be unified with the mainland, objected to this. Beijing asserts that the 1992 consensus, an agreement negotiated between officials of the Chinese Communist Party and the Kuomintang Party, which ruled Taiwan at the time, binds Taiwan. The consensus, however, was never meant to settle the issue of Taiwan's legal standing. Early in the 2010s, there was a time of comparatively calm, during which China and Taiwan held negotiations and relaxed trade and travel restrictions. This thaw, however, was only temporary, and tensions returned when Taiwan chose a president who was viewed as being more pro-independence. Today, Beijing has acted more aggressively toward Taiwan despite efforts to improve relations. Since Tsai Ing-wen was elected president of Taiwan in 2016, tensions have increased. China has denounced the strengthening of ties between Taiwan and the U.S. and has sent fighter jets and warships, including an aircraft carrier, to patrol the waters surrounding Taiwan. Due to these moves, there are worries that China could attack Taiwan and cause a conflict between the United States and China. In the event that China attacks Taiwan, the U.S. has vowed to defend it. Taiwan has made efforts to raise its worldwide profile, including by appealing for assistance from other nations and joining organizations under the name Chinese Taipei due to China's rejection of its participation. Despite the hurdles, there are reasons for optimism. Strong economic linkages exist between the two sides, and some Chinese people are beginning to believe that a peaceful conclusion to the crisis is preferable to escalating hostilities. The people of Taiwan have demonstrated a steadfast dedication to democracy and human rights and have successfully straddled the line between upholding their independence and averting a military clash. It is feasible that a new equilibrium will develop as the world's power dynamics continue to change, allowing for a peaceful resolution of the Taiwan-China issue. The future of Taiwan-China relations will ultimately be determined by the intricate interaction of national politics, regional stability, and international geopolitics. Any attempt by Taiwan to formally declare its independence, however, may trigger a military reaction from China, making the situation potentially volatile. The intricate and difficult relationship between Taiwan and China has been significantly influenced by the United States. The U.S. has been active in the region since the founding of the Communist Party in mainland China and the Chinese Civil War, and its relationship with Taiwan has played a significant role in the continued hostility between Taiwan and China. The U.S.'s considerable military presence in the area is one of the most obvious ways it has influenced Taiwan-China relations. Since the 1950s, the U.S. has sold armaments to Taiwan as part of a long-standing commitment to Taiwan's defense. The U.S. has boosted its military activity in the area recently, including frequent naval patrols and drills. This is interpreted by China as a commitment by the U.S. to defend Taiwan if necessary. The U.S. has participated in diplomatic efforts to mediate the dispute between Taiwan and China, in addition to its military deployment. The One China doctrine, which recognizes that there is only one China but does not clarify whether that includes Taiwan or mainland China, has long received backing from the U.S. The American Institute in Taiwan, which functions as a de facto embassy, is one way the U.S. has maintained unofficial ties with Taiwan. The U.S. adopted a more hostile stance against China under the Trump administration, expanding armament supplies to Taiwan and dispatching senior officials there. This strategy has been maintained by the Biden administration, with President Biden promising to protect Taiwan and fortify relations with Taiwan in the face of China's escalating aggression. The U.S. has taken care not to do anything that can be interpreted as endorsing Taiwan's independence, as this could provoke a military response from China. Overall, both through its military presence in the area and its diplomatic efforts to settle the issue, the U.S. has played a key role in Taiwan-China ties. While attempting to support Taiwan, the U.S. has also taken care not to antagonize China. The ongoing confrontation between Taiwan and China has substantial effects on regional stability and security, and there is a chance that it could escalate into a military clash, with far-reaching ramifications for the region. The security of Taiwan is seriously threatened by China's assertive behavior, which is also raising regional tensions and endangering peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait. Furthermore, as neighboring nations attempt to improve their military prowess in reaction to a more assertive China, an escalated confrontation between the two could spark a larger regional arms race. This might make the area even more unstable and raise the likelihood of future wars. Additionally, even within Taiwan, there is conflict on how to approach the issue between them and China. The two major political parties in Taiwan, the Kuomintang and the Democratic Progressive Party, have differing views on Taiwan's status and relations with mainland China. While the Kuomintang advocates for closer ties with Beijing and does not support Taiwan's independence, the Democratic Progressive Party has never endorsed the understanding laid out in the 1992 consensus, which the Chinese Communist Party and the Kuomintang agreed upon. Also, the potential involvement of the United States further complicates the situation. The major objective of the United States is to keep the region peaceful and stable, and it calls on Beijing and Taipei to uphold the status quo. Overall, Beijing and Taipei must cooperate to find a peaceful solution to their disputes in order to maintain the stability and security of the region. Global politics, economy, and international relations are all significantly impacted by the ongoing Taiwan-China dispute. It is impossible to disregard the possibility of a Chinese invasion on Taiwan. An escalated conflict would likely involve the use of military force by China to reclaim Taiwan, which it views as a renegade province. Taiwan, however, will fight to protect its independence and sovereignty. Even if the conflict did not involve actual fighting, the escalation of the confrontation between Taiwan and China would have a devastating impact on global economic activity. A halt to Taiwan's trade with the world due to a blockade by China would affect industries that specialize in automobiles, commodities, and electronics. In the worldwide supply chain for semiconductors, Taiwan is essential. This disruption would cause investors in Chinese stocks listed on U.S. capital markets to liquidate their holdings, and it would make banks less likely to provide credit to businesses involved in international trade, particularly in China. Therefore, even before taking into account the impact from international sanctions or a military response, the worldwide disruption from an expanded China versus Taiwan confrontation may put more than $2 trillion in economic activity at risk. An escalated conflict would also have important geopolitical ramifications. The United States would probably get involved in the conflict because of its long-standing commitment to support Taiwan. A direct military conflict between the U.S. and China could result from this, which would have serious repercussions for international security. Global trade would be disrupted, a regional arms race would start, and there is a chance that a direct military clash between the U.S. and China may result from an escalating conflict between Taiwan and China. Beijing and Taipei have both made efforts to persuade other countries to join the conflict, which has had a considerable effect on world politics and international relations. The United Nations has played a significant role in the conflict. China has rejected Taiwan's participation as a member in UN agencies and other international organizations that limit membership to countries. Taiwan is currently unable to participate in other international organizations such as the International Monetary Fund, World Bank, and the World Health Organization. The involvement of the United Nations, other international organizations, and other nations has been significant in the conflict. The resolution of the conflict through peaceful means is essential for the stability and security of the world. As such, it is essential for all parties to work towards a peaceful resolution of the Taiwan issue through dialogue and diplomacy. As we conclude this video, we hope that we have provided you with a comprehensive understanding of the complex and long-standing conflict between China and Taiwan. The international community continues to monitor the situation closely, as a peaceful resolution is crucial for the stability and security of the region and the world. We encourage you to continue learning about this important issue and stay informed about the latest developments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.